Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, January 11th, 2026. So, did you take a look at this crossword and think, it's all Greek to me?
No, not unless I looked at the name of the puzzle, which was It's All Greek.
That's true.
So that's where I got that idea.
Okay.
But no, when looking at the puzzle, I didn't really notice anything too Greek, but of course there is a big Greek thing right in the middle of it there.
That's hard to miss.
I know, but it didn't really look like what it said it looked like. It was all broken up with white squares. So anyway, I didn't associate that with
a
with
particular
anything
Greek letter.
Mm-hmm.
We will withhold the actual naming of the Greek letter for a few moments just to build suspense.
Oh, okay.
Could be alpha, could be beta. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Yes, the grid was definitely eye-catching.
Yes, it was. And it didn't have a whole lot of black squares.
No, it didn't.
So yes, it was a challenge from the get-go as far as I was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But I worked with one of our children and we got it done. But boy, it took a while to figure out what was all going on because there was a lot going on in this puzzle.
Right.
With regard to the theme.
Yes.
But I was pleased to see that when it finally solved, we got a little bit of animation with the themed clues, so that was fun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you did this, did you actually use a rebus in the appropriate locations?
Not right away.
Oh, okay.
We weren't quite sure what was going on. So, but yeah, we should talk about the theme.
Okay. Yes.
So it was, as I said, it's all Greek. And there didn't seem to be anything Greek in it, but there were some puzzling clues because the answers were pretty obvious, but there were not enough squares to answer them. For example, 22 across was article of sports equipment that typically has two rubber sheets of different colors, and that's a ping pong paddle. But there weren't enough squares. All you could put in was ping paddle. And so that's what we did. We put in ping paddle.
Mm-hmm.
And the same was for 46 across. Birthstone before opal. Well, opal's October, so you have to go to September, and that is sapphire. But there wasn't any room for sapphire. There was just room for sapor. So, and that crossed with another one of these not long enough answers, 38 down, which was prank of doorbell ringing and running. Well, that's called ding dong ditch.
You knew that?
Yes.
Whoa.
But it didn't have enough room, so we just had to put in ding ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and we had a crisscross puzzle was an answer, but there was only room for a cross puzzle. And we had sing-song voice, 43 down, was a melodic way of speaking, sing-song voice, but there was only room for sing voice. So we had 8 of these, actually. We had flip-flop sandals, but there was only room for flop sandals. We had a hip-hop artist, a clue about Eminem, and who was the other flip-flop, or the other hip-hop artist in that? It was Eminem and Tupac.
Right.
So only room for hip artist. Anyway, so we go through the whole puzzle and we get everything filled in and it doesn't solve.
Right.
So, we also had tip-top shape at 50 down, tip-top shape. The clue there was perfect condition, but we only had room for tip shape. So.
And we should point out that the crosses didn't work.
No, the crosses did not work at all.
They were meaningless.
But eventually we figured out they were missing 2 letters. Each one of them was missing 2 letters, and that was a P and an H. So where it said tip top shape, it was tip shape. Where that I was in tip crossed with 56 across, which was Oscar-winning actress Lorraine. So the answer to that was Sophia. Well, we had the S-O on the I-A. We were missing the P-H. So in every case, we were missing the P-H where it crossed and where the letter I was. So we get down to the revealer clue, which is 107 down. Greek letter that represents an I, a top, and O, as seen 8 times in this puzzle. Well, the answer there was phi. And so then we realized wherever there was an I in those truncated answers, tip-top shape and ping pong ball or ping pong paddle and crisscross puzzle, we needed to put a PHI in there, phi, the Greek letter phi. And then, of course, it answered actually both ways, because if you put in the PHI, you get Sophia, but phi is an I and an O superimposed on each other. So there you get the tip I, top O shape. So you sort of had a double rebus there. You had the phi for the one way the themed clues were going, and you had the IO for the other way. So we went back and we put in phi in every place where we had a square that really needed an I and an O, and it solved.
Wow.
So, and the fun thing was, we put in PHI, but after it solved, it actually turned into the letter 5.
Yes.
The I with the O superimposed on it. So that was very clever.
Yeah.
And just a lot of fun to see that happen. So anyway, that was the old puzzle.
Yes. By Dylan Schiff, his 5th, and it really was ingenious.
Yes, it was. It was. And there were some fun clues in there too. Lots of interesting answers. So,
well, but for the theme, I was very glad that in the revealer they said as seen 8 times in this puzzle.
Oh yeah,
that was because it's like I thought I got all of them, and I realized there were 2 that I had missed.
Oh,
For instance, 51 across, Ladybug's Prey. Well, I only had 3 letters, so I started off with ant.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be aphid.
Yeah, and we knew it was aphid. We knew it was aphid, but it was like we had AID because the I was the I of tick dance,
right?
Which was a truncated tick-tock dance.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and again with Sophia Loren, we knew we were missing a PH there. So anyway.
But it started with one where I wasn't sure. So 2 down was class with frogs. Turned out to be amphibia,
right,
using the PHI as the rebus to get the phi out of that.
Yeah.
But and I had an amibia, and I'm like, okay, fine. I who knows what the class with frogs
right.
is. Amphibia, of course, sounds a whole lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of got a clue as to what was going on with 20 down, which crossed with crisscross puzzle, and that was classical Greek precinct with a noted oracle. Well, that's Delphi. So it was like, well, we got DELI, but there needs to be a PH in there. So at least that's what my counterpart said, and I just sort of ignored him. But then when we got down to Sophia Loren, I said, there needs to be a PH in
right
there. So then we were both thinking along the same lines that they're missing PHs in these answers. So yeah, very interesting. I just marvel at minds that can think up stuff like that.
Yes, the the 32 cross game on some kids menus, crisscross puzzle. See, I didn't know that. I thought it was going to be crossword puzzle.
Well, we started trying to put crossword in there, but then it was like, well, that doesn't fit. So,
but lots of good clues everywhere else, as you say. 7 down. Hits Control Z to fix was undoes. That should have been Command Z if you're a Mac user, but they never go into the niceties of that. So 16 across was bygone carrier that had a fleet of clippers. I had nowhere to go with that. I just wasn't sure at all what they were talking about because I was thinking like, okay, like Typhoid Mary or something like that. But they meant the airline.
Right.
And
Pan
it was
Am.
Pan Am.
Yeah.
Did you get that right away?
I thought that's what it might be. I thought it was probably going to be some airline, and the only one I could think of with 5 letters was Pan Am, but we didn't put it in right away. But then 5 down, a great clue, PHIne Pro was CPA.
Yes.
So we got the P there, and I said it's got to be Pan Am.
And then the one next to it, Roman Emperor with a namesake wall, Hadrian.
Yeah, we got that right away.
That was sort of a gimme there. For some people, anyway, not everybody, of course. I didn't know the song for 27 across. Word sung 3 times in a row and Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Root.
Well, yes, it is.
All I could go was Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the
crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if we never get back. So let's root for the home.
Oh, see, I didn't know enough I couldn't get to that part of the song. So, oh well.
I liked 35 across. What might pop up from time to time? Toaster.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was brilliant. One right above it, boss at 30 across, boss at a blaze, fire chief.
That's right. Yeah,
that was sort of cute. I didn't understand 25 across. Sound from a rag doll, purr.
A ragdoll's a kind of a cat.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a breed of cat.
It's not a child's plaything.
Well, yes, it's that too, but they're called a ragdoll cat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they capitalize it if it was a cat's name, though?
It's not really the name. It's like calling, like a calico cat or a tabby cat or, it's just it's just a descriptor. But yeah.
All right. Well, that was sort of interesting. 48 down, identifies digitally. Points at.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I liked, actually, and wondered about 83 across. That was NBA team that plays at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Pacers.
Right.
How many people are going to know the name of the place where the team plays? I think you'd have to.
Locals would.
Right. So that's sort of a reward. That's the Indiana Pacers, that's in Indianapolis, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. So a little sort of tossing out of the bread there to the to Indiana folk, I guess. 78 across. I know we've seen this one before. Big cat hybrid was a liger.
That's right.
That was a memorable clue. I like that word. And let's see, 44 down. I found that sort of novel. It was turn off, estranged.
Right, yes.
Did you know that?
No, No, we got that we got most of the crosses and we said, oh, it looks like it's estranged. And it was, yes.
I mean, I know about people being estranged, but I didn't, I just sort of thought it meant they'd split apart.
Right.
So.
Right. We laughed at 115 across blank Montoya, the Princess Bride's swordsman. And of course, we all had to chant his line. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Now
Prepare to die. Right. Well, he only said it like 1,500 times in the movie. It's pretty easy to remember.
Unfortunately, we weren't quite sure how to spell Inigo, but we got it.
Let's see, 95 down, short adventure tales, Contes, Contes.
Which one was that?
This was 95 down.
Oh, yes,
Had you heard of that?
No.
Me neither.
No, I had never heard of that.
I think it's some sort of old French tales.
Oh, okay.
But I was completely new to me. 108 across, classic origami design was a crane.
Right.
That, I'm not sure what I started off with there, but I think I started off with crank.
Oh,
But
no, crane.
They did mention in podcast, we had 91 across, bit of entertainment for a morning commute, maybe, podcast.
That's right.
So we can pretend like we were mentioned in the New York Times, even if it is just the general category that this falls into.
Right. I liked, 97 across was one of the theme clues. That was the flip-flop sandals. And so the third letter there, where was the I, we put in PHI, which went perfectly with 96 down. Or what?
99 down.
99 down. Longtime TV personality Regis Philbin.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because I had Ilbin, and I'm like, who's
His name
Ilbin?
is Philbin.
Philbin, yes. Let's see. 23 down, that was imagine, and the answer was picture.
Right. Yes, that took us a while.
Yes.
Hmm.
So, good crossword.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah,
By-
it was a fun solve.
Yeah, by Dylan
Great way
Schiff.
to spend a little time on Sunday afternoon.
Let's see, I thought they had some notes about him. He is a middle school science teacher in Millsboro, Delaware. So, and he did point out the fact that we had 29 across. Games and some kids' menus was mazes, and right beneath that we had crisscross puzzle.
Yeah,
That was
same clue.
Apparently that was an accidental sort of stacking of those two
Oh,
clues, but
I thought that was purposeful.
he said it was serendipity. So,
Interesting.
all right. Well, that is it for today.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. We will be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of Monday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.